Jai Hind, dear children. Welcome you all in today's live math class. I hope you all are ready with your R.S. Agrawal textbook, one pen and a rough notebook. Right, children? So, children, let's start the class. In the last class, we had discussed about different properties of multiplication of integers. Am I right, children? So, I had told you about different properties like the closure property, which is the first property of multiplication of integers. Then after that, we have discussed about the commutative law, then associative law, then distributive law. After that, we have discussed about the multiplicative identity. Right, children? So, what was closure property? In case of closure property, let me remind you, children. Closure property says that if we are multiplying two integers, then their product is also integer. Integer into integer is equal to integer. Am I right, children? So this is closure property. Second property was commutative law, right? So commutative law, what is commutative law, children? If we are multiplying two integers, then according to commutative law, we can multiply them in any order. Commutative law allows us to multiply the integers in any order. It means a into b. If we have two integers a and b, then we can multiply them like a into b. Okay? Or we can multiply them by changing the order also like b into a. In both the case, results are the same. Right, children? For example, plus 3 into minus 5 will be equal to minus 15, right? And minus 5 into plus 3, if we change the order and multiply minus 5 and then plus 3, and we multiply them minus 5 into plus 3, then result will again be minus 15 only. So in both the case you get the same result. So we can say a into b equal to b into a. This was commutative law, right? Third law was the associative law, children. So what was associative law? For any three integers, this law is basically based on three integers, children, right? Associative law allows us to change the association, to change the group of the numbers which are being multiplied. If we have to multiply three integers, we are having three integers to be multiplied, right? So while multiplying, we can choose any two integers to be multiplied at first. We can make a group of any two integers at first, okay? So you can choose first and two integers at first to be multiplied, then you multiply third integer, or you can multiply second and third integers at first and then multiply the first integer. In both the case, in any way you can multiply. Okay, you can choose first and third integers to be multiplied at first, then multiply the second integer at last. In any way you can multiply. In all the cases, result will be the same. So, according to associative law, let me write children, A into B and into C will be equal to A into B into C. Okay. So in both the case, result will be same. Firstly, we multiply A and B, then multiply third integer C, or firstly we multiply B and C, second and third integer, and then multiply the first integer at last. In both the cases, result will be the same, right? So this was associative law of multiplication of integers. The next law, which was very important, children, this was distributive law, right? So what was distributive law, children? Let me remind you once again, so that those who were absent, those who are not able to join the class yesterday, they can learn this also, right? So distributive law of multiplication of integers says that if we have three integers such that first integer is to be multiplied with the sum of two numbers, with the addition of two numbers. Okay, this is the first case. And in some other case, if we have to multiply an integer with the difference of two integers, a into b plus c and a into b minus c. Here we have to multiply, okay, with the addition. Here we have to multiply with the subtraction. So distributive law says that if we have to multiply the integers, then multiplication of this integer outside will be distributed over the addition of these two integers which are being added. It means the integer outside will be multiplied with both the integers inside the bracket. Okay, both the integers which are being added, right? So we can write it as a into a will be multiplied with b also, a will be multiplied with c also. Okay, the number outside will be multiplied with both the integers inside. It means if we have to make two times of sum of two integers, then we can take the two times of first integer also, two times of second integer also, then we will add. Okay, so we will take two times of both the integers inside the bracket, right? So the number outside will be multiplied with both the integers. It is not so that we will multiply with first integer only and we will leave the second integer without multiplying. This will be wrong, right? So a will be multiplied with b, a into b, and plus a will be multiplied with c, a into c. Okay, so this distribution of integer outside is distributed over the addition of two integers inside the bracket, right? And the same case was there in case of subtraction also. If we have subtraction, difference of two integers, and we have to multiply an integer from outside, then this integer outside, this multiplication of integer outside will be distributed over the subtraction of these two integers inside the bracket. It means this integer outside will be multiplied with both the integers inside the bracket. So a will be multiplied with b also. So you can write a into b, and then minus a will be multiplied with c also. So you will write a into c, right? So a into b minus, here minus sign it was, and then a into c. So firstly subtract, then multiply, or firstly multiply, then subtract, right children? Here firstly you add, then multiply, or firstly multiply the integer outside with both the integers inside the bracket, and then you add, right? So here we are finding the sum of products, right children? So in that way, so these are the way this is distributive law. After that, we had discussed about multiplicative identity. Children, which number is used as multiplicative identity? So what I had told you children, that 1 is the multiplicative identity because any integer multiplied with 1 results into the same integer on other side. So 1 is just like identity. It is just like mirror. Okay. If some integer is just before the mirror, then the same integer will be reflected on other side in case of multiplication. So 1 into any integer plus 5 will be equal to plus 5 on other side. Right. So 1 is known as multiplicative identity. In case of addition, the additive identity is 0, right? In case of multiplication, multiplicative identity is 1. So these are 1 marks questions generally asked children, that which number is known as multiplicative identity. So your answer will be 1, not 0. But in case of addition, if you are asked which integer, which number is used as additive identity, then your answer will be 0, right? So this was all about properties of multiplication of integers, right? So now after this, today we can start the exercise, and the exercise that we have to solve today is exercise 4D, right children? And this exercise is on page number 72. So I think all of you are ready with your IELTS Agarwal textbook. Open page number 72 and read question number 1 from exercise 4D, right? So get ready children and let us start the questions. Question number 1 from exercise 14. So read the question. First question is multiply. Only we have to multiply children, right? So while multiplying, the only thing we have to focus on is the sign, right children? Yesterday I had told you that product of two integers with same sign will be positive. It means plus into plus equal to plus, and minus into minus is also equal to plus, right? But if we are multiplying two integers with opposite sign, then result will be negative. So this is the things that you have to always keep into your mind while multiplying two integers, right? So now let us start the exercise. Question number 1. So I am solving a few parts of question number 1 on the board. It's very easy children. I think all of you can solve now if you have understood. Still, for those who are not able to understand, I am solving a few parts here on the board. Okay. If you are having book, you are supposed to see the question and solution on the board. see the question in your book and see solution on the board. If you can solve by yourself, then solve it in your rough notebook. Right? So let's start. Question number is 1 and I am solving the second part. Suppose second part we have to solve. We have to multiply 18 by minus 7. Right? So 18 into minus 7. So while multiplying, we will firstly multiply the numbers regardless of its sign. Firstly ignore the sign and multiply the numbers. Okay. After that we will see which sign to be used, positive or negative. Right. So 18 7 ja 126. Firstly multiply the numbers. Okay. Now see the sign. Which sign should be used? Here 18 is a positive integer and minus 7 is a negative integer. Both are having opposite sign. Okay. So their product will be positive or negative, children? Yes, it will be negative, not positive. Positive sign, positive product is obtained only when we are multiplying two integers with same sign. Okay. Both must be positive or both must be negative. Then their product will be positive. Right? But if the integers being multiplied are having opposite sign, then result will be negative. Right? I am continuously repeating, children, so that you could learn this. Right? So if you have understood, then try to solve this by yourself. So here we are multiplying positive integer with negative integer, then the sign of product will be negative. Okay, we will get minus 126. This is the answer. Right? Let me solve some other parts of the same question, children. Suppose I have to multiply the sixth part. Whatever part I am not solving, that is for your homework. You have to try this question by yourself. I think this is very easy. You can solve this. If you have understood how to change the sign, you can easily multiply. Right, children? So 32 is multiplied with minus 21. We have to multiply. This is the same type of question, children. Again, there are two integers with opposite sign. 32 is positive, minus 21 is negative. So we have to multiply, and plus and minus will become minus, right? So product will be minus. Now multiply. 21 to the 42 and carry will be 4. 21 to the 63 and plus 4 will give 67. So we get 672. You can multiply it by yourself and check the answer. Right, children? Now, in the same way, let us solve some other parts of the question. In the seventh part, minus 57 by 0. If you multiply minus 57 or any integer with 0, then result will always be 0. So no matter how large the number is or how small the number is, if we are multiplying any number, any integer, any whole number, okay, with 0, then result is always 0. Clear? So you can solve this. Similarly, in the eighth part, we have to multiply 0 by minus 31. So again, the result will be 0. Easy. Now, see the ninth part of the question. Or I am solving the 10th part. Okay, ninth part you do by yourself. So, 10th one. Here we have to multiply minus 746 with minus 8. Right, children? I think all of you can see the screen. If it is not visible to you, then you are supposed to listen to me carefully and solve it by yourself. All of you are having book. You can see the question in your book also. Right? So now solve this. We are multiplying two negative integers. Both are negative integers having same sign. If same sign is there, then minus and minus will become plus. Product of two integers with same sign is always positive, right? So minus minus plus. Answer will be positive. Now multiply. 8 6 are 48. So we will write 8, carry will be 4. 8 4 are 32 and 4. We will give 36. We will write 6, carry will be 3. 8 7 are 56 and 3 will give 59. So what we get? We get plus 5968. Right? So this is the answer. I hope all of you have solved this question. So should I solve some other parts also, children? I think all of you can multiply now. Okay. So do the other parts by yourself. So these parts will be as your homework. Right, children? So let us move to the question number 2. Read the question in your book, children. In question number 2, there are some integers. Here there are 3 integers to be multiplied. Right? We have multiplied 2 integers. We have learned how to multiply 2 integers. Right? Now we have to multiply 3 different integers together. So let me solve a few parts of the question. Uh, I am solving question number fourth part of question number 2. Okay. So fourth part. Let me see. Here we have to multiply 8 into 7 into minus 10. Suppose this is the question that we have to solve. Here we have to multiply. 3 integers are there, so we can choose any 2 integers to be multiplied at first. So whichever is convenient to us, whichever is easier for us, according to that we will multiply. So firstly multiply those 2 integers to be multiplied at first, which are easy to multiply, right? So we can easily multiply 8 with 7, we can easily multiply 7 with 10 also. So we can choose any 2 integers to be multiplied at first. So I am choosing the first and second integer. Okay, I am using the associative law, which allows us to change the group. Okay, so 8 7 ja 56. Both are positive, having same sign, so the product will be positive into minus 10. Now 56 is positive, minus 10 is negative. They are having opposite sign, so their product will be negative, right? So we get minus 500. 56 10 ja 560. This is the answer, right, children? In the same way, see the next part, fifth part of the question. Here, minus 3 into minus 7 into minus 6. If you feel that you can solve, then you are supposed to solve this by yourself in your notebook, right? Now multiply. Here we have 3 negative integers to be multiplied, right, children? So firstly we will multiply any 2 integers at first. We can multiply first and second integer, find their product, and then multiply the product with third one. Or we can multiply second and third integers at first, find their product, and then multiply this product with the first one, according to associative law, right? So I am choosing first and second integer. 3 7 are 21. Firstly multiply the integers regardless of its sign. Okay. Now see what sign should be used. Both the integers minus 3 and minus 7 are having same sign, both are negative, so their product will be positive. Minus and minus will become plus, right? So it will become plus 21, and we have to multiply this product of these 2 integers with third integer that is minus 6. Multiply now. Plus 21 into minus 6, plus and minus becomes, right, minus. Now it should have been clear to you all. Okay, so 21 6 ja 126, and plus and minus becomes minus. So what do we get? Minus 126. Right, children? So this is how you have to solve. One thing I want to remind you, children. This is a special case, children. What happens when there are more than 2 negative integers at the same time, negative signs at the same time? Okay, or if we are multiplying 3 4 5 or any number of negative integers together, right, then which sign should be used in the product, right, children? So let us see the case. Suppose we have to multiply 2 negative integers, right? 2 negative integers are there, minus and minus, so result is positive, right, children? So minus minus becomes plus. Now, if 3 negative integers are there, children, focus on the board, all of you, children, and try to understand what I want to say, right? So, if there are 3 negative integers to be multiplied, minus into minus, then what will be result? Result will be positive or negative, children. So this you can see here, this minus and this minus will become plus. Okay, product of first two negative integers will be positive, and this positive will be multiplied with the third integer with negative sign, and this plus and minus will become minus on other side. Right children? So, minus 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 3 times will become minus. If we choose minus 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 and minus 4 times and we have to multiply, then what happens children? Then minus and minus becomes plus, this minus and this minus becomes plus, right? So each pair of negative sign cancels each other, okay, and result becomes positive, right? So overall plus and plus will give plus sign, right? So two negative sign makes a positive result, three negative signs make a negative result, four negative signs make a positive result. If we include the fifth negative sign, okay, then it will again become negative. So positive, negative, then positive, then negative. What I want to say children, have you understood? If we are multiplying two positive integers or four positive integers or six positive integers or eight positive integers, any number of even positive integers, okay, even number of positive integers, and we are multiplying them, even number of negative integers, sorry children, if we are multiplying even number of negative integers and we are multiplying them, then their product will be positive, right? But if we are choosing odd number of negative integers for 3 times, minus minus minus, or if we are choosing negative integers for 5 times, minus minus plus, plus minus minus, minus minus again plus, and plus minus minus, then result is minus. So we are choosing odd number of times negative integers for odd number of times, okay, we are multiplying them, then their product will be negative, okay. If we are multiplying 100 negative integers together, 100, then we cannot multiply 100 negative integers, but we can tell the sign of their product. 100 is an even number, so their product will be positive. If we are multiplying 101 negative integers, then their product will be negative, because 101 is an odd integer, right children? If we are choosing 1000 negative integers to be multiplied, right? You cannot multiply, but you can tell the sign. 1000 is even number, right? So their product minus 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 1000 times will convert into plus. So each pair of negative sign when multiplied converts into a positive sign. Right children? I think it is clear to you all. For example, minus minus has been taken suppose 501 times. So what will be result children? Positive or negative? Of course 501 is odd number, so result will be negative. Am I right? So let us move to the next part of the question now. We will move to the next question. Children, read the question number 3 now. Use convenient grouping and find the values of. Right children? So this is the question. Here the numbers are. We are solving question number 3. Write it. 18 into minus 27 into 30. Right children? 18 into minus 27 into 30. We have to make grouping. We have to make a convenient group. So while multiplying, we will have to make a group. And which law allows us to make a group? Of course, this is associative law, right? So we can multiply any two numbers at first, any two integers at first. We can choose first and second number as a group, or we can choose second and third number as a group. So it depends on which multiplication product of which two numbers is easier for us, okay. So as per our convenience, as per our easiness, we will choose the group, okay. So see which numbers can be multiplied easily, right? So here I think second and third integer can be multiplied easily, okay. So firstly I will multiply minus 27 with 30. In place of multiplying 18 with minus 27, I will multiply minus 27 with 30 at first. So I will make a group of second and third integer, right? So first integer will be written as it is outside and make a group of second and third. So take them together in one bracket. Okay. So I have made a group by taking them together in the same bracket. Now multiply. Find the product of second and third integer. Right. So 18 into multiply minus 27 into 3 will give what, children? 27 3 ja 81. Firstly multiply without sign. Okay. 27 3 ja 81 and 1 0 is there. 27 into 0 will give 0. We get 810. Now we have multiplied negative integer with positive integer. So what sign should be used here, children? Minus into plus will become minus, right? So here you will use minus sign and write it inside the bracket. This is the right way. So children used to forget to draw the bracket. Okay. So remember, children, if there are two signs together at the same place, then it's better to use the bracket, right? So now 18 into minus 810. Now you multiply this. 18 into 0 will give 0. 18 1 ja 18. So 8 will be written. 1 is carry. 18 8 ja 144 and carry 1 will be added. We get 145. So result is 14,580. And this will be positive or negative, children? Write the sign now. So we are multiplying positive integer with negative integer. Signs are opposite. So their product will also be negative. Plus into minus is equal to minus, right? So here you have to put minus sign. Throughout this chapter, children, always you have to take care of the sign. Okay? If your sign is wrong, then your answer will be wrong, right? So for a single sign, your whole answer will be wrong. So children, take extra care while putting your sign, right? Now, children, let us see the other part of this question. I will solve one more part. Let me solve the fourth part of the question, children. Okay. Second and third you can solve by yourself. That will be your homework. So I am solving the fourth part, right? So what is the fourth part, children? See the fourth part of the question, all of you, and try to solve it by yourself at first. I am writing the question here. The numbers are minus 51 into minus 47 into minus 19. Okay. Firstly, we have to make a convenient group, right? So which two numbers should be chosen at first for multiplication? Which number should be chosen in a group? So here you can see that we can read the table of 19. This is much easier for us. Okay. So firstly we will choose 19 with any two of these two integers, right? First two integers. So I am choosing 19 with 47, right? So we will make a group of second and third integer at first. So first integer will be written outside as it is, no change, and make a group of second and third integers to be multiplied at first. So draw a square bracket, write the second integer which its sign and third integer. Okay, so there will be another bracket now. Right, children? Now multiply. Firstly, we will multiply the number inside the square bracket. Okay. So multiply them. Minus 47 into minus 19. Both are negative. They are having same sign. So their product will be positive. Right? So put plus sign. Now multiply. 19 into 7. 19 7 is 133. Right? So 133. We will write 3 here and carry will be 13. Now 19 7 ja 19 4 ja 76. Okay, and 76 plus 13 will give 89. So write 89 here. So what do we get? Plus 893. Right, children? Now we have to multiply 51 minus 51 with plus 893. So multiply. This is negative integer. This one is a positive integer. So their product will be negative. Am I right? So put minus sign here. Read the table of 51. Okay? If you cannot read, then you multiply it by yourself in your way. Right? I am multiplying directly here. So 51, 3 ja 153. So 3 will be written here. Carry will be 15. Okay? 51, 9 ja 459. Okay? And then 15 is carry, it will be added. So what do we get? 474. 474. So we will write 4 here and carry will be 47. Now 51 8 jar 408 and 47 will be added. So we will get 455. I have multiplied, children. You don't follow me. You multiply in your own way and check whether this answer is correct or not. Okay. I can make mistake. Don't follow me. Okay. So don't blindly depend on me. Use your own brain, solve the question by yourself, multiply and check whether this answer is correct or not. Alright? So this is the answer. In this way you can solve the other parts of this question now. Right, children? So let us move to the next question. So which is the next question, children? Here we have solved up to question number 3. Let me show the next question on the screen also. Which is the next question, children? Here question number 4. We have to verify. See this question on the screen, or you can see this in your book also. Okay, if you are not having book, then you can see this on the screen. We have to verify the following. Okay, two different expressions are there. We have to check whether they are equal or not. Right, children? So this is the question. So let us solve the question now. I am writing the question on the board, and you people try to solve this in your notebook. Right, children? Question number 4. I am solving the first part. Suppose 18 into 19, 9. 9 plus minus 7 is equal to 18 into 9 plus 18 into minus 7. Right, children? I think this part is visible to you. It is written 18 into minus 7. Okay. So I am dictating also if you are not able to see. So see this. It is written in the question. You can see the question in the book also. Right, children? So 18 into 9 plus minus 7 is equal to 18 into 9 plus 18 into minus 7. A into B plus C equal to A into B plus A into C. Which law is this, children? This is distributive law. Okay, distribution of multiplication over the addition of two integers. Am I right? So we have to verify this now. Right, children? So let us solve. To verify this, children, firstly we will choose the left hand side of this expression. Okay, so 18 into 9 plus minus 7 before equal to sign, this is the left hand side part. Firstly solve this part, after that solve this part and check whether they are equal or not. If they are equal, then it will be verified. If they are not equal, then it will not be verified. Am I right? This is the way to solve. So let us solve now. So left hand side part is 18 into 9 plus minus 7. Right? Now solve this part. Firstly we will add, then multiply here. Right? So 18 into, firstly solve the bracket as per BODMAS rule, children. Okay? I have told you earlier. So firstly we will solve the bracket. 9 plus minus 7. These are two integers inside the square bracket. Add these two, they are having opposite sign. So we will subtract. Right? So 9 minus 7 will give 2. And which sign we will use, children? 9 is greater than 7. So we will use sign of 9. That is positive sign. 9 is a positive integer. So we will use positive sign. Right? Right, children? So now multiply. 18 into plus 2. it will give plus 36. Right children? Plus 36. Now let us solve the right hand side part now. Here 18 into 9 plus 18 into minus 7. This is the right hand side part. Now solve this. What do we get? 18 9 ja 162 plus 18 into minus 7. 18 7 ja 126. Right children? So plus 18 into minus 7. We are multiplying two integers with opposite sign. So the product will be negative. Plus and minus becomes minus, right? So put minus sign and 18 7 ja 126. Now 162 and minus 126. We are adding two integers with opposite sign, right? This is addition sign. So what we will do? We will subtract. So 126 and 162 we subtract. So what do we get? 162 minus 126 will give 36, right? And which sign we will use, children? Here 162 is greater than 126. So we will use sign of 162, that is positive sign. Am I right? So use plus sign. Now see both the results. Here we have got 36. Here also the result is 36 only. It means this expression on left hand side is equal to this expression on the right hand side. Right? So we can say that 18 into 9 plus minus 7 equal to 18 into 9 plus 18 into minus 7. Right children? And this is verified. This is verified. So 18 into 9 plus 18 into this is minus 7. Right children? So in this way you can verify. This was distributive law, distribution of multiplication over the addition. So in the exam sometimes in 1 marks it is asked to verify the given expression, and also it is asked tell the name of the property used here. Okay. If you are asked to write the name of property, then what will the write? You will write that this is distribution of multiplication over addition, or simply you can say that this is distributive law. Right? In the same way, I hope you can solve the second part. So that is to be solved by yourself. Right, children? So let us move to the next part of the question. So children, question number 5. In question number 5, let me show. Here is a table, right children? So in this table, you have to multiply the integers in the right hand side column with the integers on the top row, okay, and write the product in the corresponding box. Okay. So this is to be solved by yourself. Multiply the integers and write their product. So I think all of you can solve this. Now let us move to question number 6. Right? You can see question number 6 here on the screen. Which of the following statements are true? This is the question. This is a true false type question, children. So let us solve this, discuss it here now. See the first part of the question. The product of a positive integer and a negative integer is negative, children. Yes, I have already told you, if we are multiplying two integers with opposite sign, then their product will be negative. Am I right? So first one is true. Second, the product of two negative integer is negative integer only. No, children. If we are multiplying two negative integers, then their product will be positive. Just now I have told, if we are multiplying even number of negative integers, then their product will be positive. So 2 is an even number. Okay, we are multiplying two negative integers, 2 is an even numbers. So their product will be positive, not negative. Am I right? So second statement is false. Now read the third one. The product of three negative integers is negative. Right, children? Product of three negative integers. 3 is an odd integer, odd number. Right? So the product of three negative integer will be negative. It means minus minus plus, and plus minus will again become minus. So as per the question, product of three negative integer is negative. Yes, children. This is true. Right? Now see the fourth part of the question. Every integer when multiplied with minus 1 gives it multiplicative inverse, children. If we multiply any integer with minus 1, let us take one example to check this. Plus 5 into minus 1. Okay, children? If we have to multiply, then we get minus 5. So minus 5 is multiplicative inverse of plus 5, children? No, we have not discussed about multiplicative inverse so far. Okay, this will be discussed in the chapter fraction, right? If we multiply any integer with minus 1, then we get additive inverse, not multiplicative inverse, children. Right? We get additive inverse because minus 5 is additive inverse of plus 5. It is just opposite of plus 5. Okay? So this statement is false, right? So in this way your question number 6 is completed. Now question number 7, simplify. We have to simplify. I am solving the two parts of this one. Suppose first part, question number is 7, first part. Minus 9 into 6 plus minus 9 into 4. Right, children? What you will do? Generally, you used to multiply directly. Firstly, you will multiply, then add. Multiply minus 9 with 6, multiply minus 9 with 4, and then you add. Okay? Or we can use distributive law also. Here you can see minus 9 and minus 9. 6 and 4, both the integers are multiplied with minus 9. So minus 9 is common. Okay? So we can write minus 9 outside and write the other integers. Take minus 9 as outside as common. What is left? Here 6 is left. Write 6 plus. And this minus 9 is taken outside. So what is left here? 4. So write 4. Which property I have applied here, children? This is distribution of multiplication over addition. Right? A into B plus C equal to A into B plus A into C. If same number A is multiplied with two different integers and their products are added. Okay. So in place of multiplying and then adding, we can firstly add the other two integers together and then multiply the sum of these two integers with the number which was common with the first number. Right? So minus 9 into 6 plus minus 9 into 4 can be written as minus 9 into 6 plus 4. Minus 9 is taken outside. So this minus 9, when we multiply this minus 9 with the sum of these two integers, so automatically this will be multiplied with both the integers. So minus 9 into 6 and then plus minus 9 into 4. Okay. So why I have used this property? Because by using the property we can make this question much easier. Okay. So in this case, firstly we have to multiply one time, then multiply second time, then we are adding. We had to solve in 3 steps. But if we have used the property, so here we can solve in 2 steps only. Firstly add the numbers and then multiply with minus 9. So we need to multiply with minus 9 only for once. Okay. So now firstly add minus 9 into 6 plus 4 will give 10. Right, children? Now we can easily multiply. Both the integers are having opposite sign, right? So we will use minus sign here and 9 10 ja 90. And this is by distributive law. If you are asked to write the name of property, then you can say that this is by distributive law. Right, children? So children, due to lack of time, just we are ending our class here only. Okay, we can discuss the remaining question in the next class. Till then you are supposed to try to solve the other parts by yourself. Right, children? So this is all for today. Tomorrow we will complete this exercise by solving the remaining parts, but before that you are supposed to attempt these questions by yourself. Right? So for today, thank you and Jai Hind.